Hey, welcome back, guys. Another tuning video today. I'm very excited. We are tuning something special that I think a lot of you might be interested in. But I wanted to show you today that I've finished the IGN coil that I promised Vang that I was going to make for the EVO 8. Let me just show you what I've done. So I hate doing wiring work, but I did it. This is Vang's IGN coil that we're going to get. I used Ohm Racing plates and AEM coils because he has AEM Infinity. And then I did the harness a little different on his. I didn't go with the braided lines or anything like that because he's going to have everything tucked. So I extended everything and basically did chemical resistant coating and fire resistant, fire retarded sleeves, which is stiffer, but again, everything is going to be tucked. And I did a few breakaway points for the signal here. So you can actually kind of use this on OEM ECU if you wanted to. Really easy to quickly convert from waste to sequential. But yeah, everything looks good. I was really happy with the way it came out. But typically we would do this with braided lines for flexibility. And I would say a cleaner look, but everything's going to be tucked anyway. This is the car that we're going to tune today. This is Miguel's car. There's a history on this car. I think a couple of years ago, a client came to us. I think he's from Wisconsin. Very nice guy, Francisco, and he said, hey, I blew a motor. I want you guys to build me one, but I'm not trying to make that much power, maybe 600. So we gave him some pricing options. He decided to go with non-sleeved, but pistons and rods. And he wanted H-beam rods, so we gave him the H-beam rods. We told him, hey, that's not gonna hold as much as, say I-beams. So these unsleeved 4B11s will hold 700, 750. So he's not looking for that much power. I don't know who made that kit. It's a pain in the ass to install. So we built him the engine. He put it together himself. And then I think that's a 61. So after that, we told him, hey, you have to, break in the motor. I gave him the procedure and everything. I kept up with him every 2 weeks, checked in, see if everything was all right. And guess what? He didn't do it. He was too busy, so he was like slowly putting the miles on, which is fine. So we told him, what's going on. Eventually he reached out to me like, hey, look, I'm just too busy at work. I really don't want this car. I'm moving on to other things. Can you find me a buyer? So we had another client, Miguel, who's the current owner. He wanted a car. So we put them together. They worked it out, and Miguel did the same thing. This was it was under Miguel's ownership for a year, and he didn't come in for tuning. But in between, he did upgrade the head because that's the only thing that wasn't done by us. So we took the head off. We did the street strip, which is basically Kelford C-cams, springs and retainers, no porting. And now he's back. We're going to tune on flex fuel and see what we can get. And one of the things I just asked Miguel earlier, hey, what are you looking for in power wise? And he said, doesn't matter. I just don't want to cross 420 to 430 torque. Reasonable. So that's basically what we're going to look at. I'll stop basically at 425 or 430 or something like that. this is on wastegate pressure, which is like 14 to 16 pounds. No timing at all. So now I'm going to play around with the Myvec a little bit because I did feel some stutter, and just work on the fueling. Just way too rich at this point. This is his spool up area because I think he hit like 18 pounds on that one, and you know, it's kind of tricky to do spool up on certain turbos because sometimes it just immediately goes into the boost, but we'll work it out. On this run, right around 5:55, the clutch felt a little weird. I thought it slipped. It might have been my foot was I wasn't aware of. I might have pressed accidentally the clutch at that time, thinking it was a footrest. But we did have an interruption in the mid, and then I really need to work on the top end because it really gets rich up top. So I'm gonna fix that in this run. Better, but I think we're going to change the plugs on this car because, or regap, depending on the condition, because I didn't think he's changed it anytime soon. Alright, so we changed out the plugs because they were ish. That run was better. Just wanted to confirm that the breakup wasn't because of my fueling, and it really was the plugs. That was definitely better. The leaner did help out a lot, but we definitely got to change the plug on this. That's exactly what we're going to do. The car felt a lot better. The fueling was better as well. As you can see from the brown line, the line looks completely different than the others. I think we're on the right track, and now I'm going to try to turn off the boost and add some timing. We're almost done with 93. We're really not going to push it here since he's getting a flex fuel tune. So this is on 24, 25 pounds of boost. Really no timing, and still in the high tens up top AFR. And I think this is good for 93, because he is going to go full E85. But this turbo is very capable of, this setup will produce 500 on 93 pretty easily as well. Alright, so put E85. Just want to see how the car acts. Part throttle. He's at like 82%. Park throttle seems to be okay. Car pretty much is dialed in right now. Pretty predictable what's going to happen, so I'm going to turn up the boost. I feel a little comfortable now, so I'm going to go for 32 pounds. He's also running the 1600 injectors, 1650. Everybody knows that I don't like them, but that's fine. So I was aiming for a 32, but I was really 30, 31, and as you can see, the turbo's in his efficiency. Really, a couple of PSIs is making a big difference. Also, his boost gauge is not reading right. It's reading low, but the Omni 4 that I'm recording or logging is reading 30, 31, and so is my logs, loads and everything. So this is it. This is basically what he asked for, but just for kicks, I am going to put the car to just one run on 35, 36 pounds that I know the motor can take it, and where if it was my car I would be at. Yo bro, Miguel. Alright, check this out. You see what you're hitting? You're hitting 562 and 396 torque. You wanted me to stop at 4, right?
That's on E?
What? Yeah, this is on E. I kept it low. I kept it like 400 something on 93.
What do you think? What do you think? You think the 420 is good?
I mean, yeah, we could do a little bit more. A little bit more.
Do like 420. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, we'll do we'll do a little bit more. But again, 20 horsepower. If this is your thing, 20 horsepower, you're not gonna feel any difference. This is on 36 pounds of boost, and the timing is still not peaked out. Just to show you what this can do, what an unsleeved motor, and even though it's an H-beam, this is probably the limit that I would ever put on it. Miguel doesn't want this. He's gonna go home with 557, 560, and still 400 torque. But this is a very capable car. This thing on the street is just wild, and it's a really fun car to drive. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, please subscribe. It really does help. And those of you who are asking me questions and whatnot, I would like some introduction first. A lot of you are like, hey, and then you're right into the conversation. But tell me about your car, the history. A lot of all this information helps. But please subscribe, watch my other videos, and we are located in Illinois for those of you who are asking, because I don't think I'm clear on that in all videos. But thank you guys. Until next time, please be kind to each other.